In this video, I'm going to talk about probably the biggest question, or one of the biggest questions I get when it comes to buying bank-owned foreclosures. And that is, will I get clear title? Or I'll get the statement, I want to make sure that I get clear title when I buy this property. So today I'm going to explain just how easy it really is and why you don't really have to worry. First off, you're going to have a closing just like any other typical real estate closing at this point. Now, here's the kicker, and remember, this is if you're buying from a bank, okay? Once they own the property. That means you're buying the property through the MLS, through a listing agent, or you might be working with your own agent, but through a listing agent or a platform, a real estate platform, or an auction company, not at the courthouse steps, okay? That's a totally different ballgame. If you're buying at the courthouse steps, make sure you go to a title company and order a title search. Have them look over it. Have them tell you what's wrong and what will have to be fixed to get a title policy issued. That's very important. But I'm talking about once the bank owns it. So it'll be a traditional style closing at that point, right? You're gonna have a title company. The title company is going to have a title search done. They're going to look it over and they're going to issue a title policy. Now, you might be paying for it or the seller might be paying for it, okay? You might be able to choose and pick a title company that you want to use, an attorney that you want to use, compared to allowing to use the bank's chosen company, okay? It doesn't matter who does it, the same thing is gonna happen, the same process. You're gonna have a title search pulled, there's gonna be requirements that are gonna have to be met. That's where anything like past utility bills, liens, all that stuff, that's where anything like that is going to be brought up and found out. Now remember, the seller is going to have to rectify that before they can sell you the property. They're not going to be able to pass you clear title without rectifying those things. Every once in a while, some of the things are smaller, and a buyer and the seller will agree to the buyer to sign a hold harmless, and that just means the buyer's taking a responsibility for it. That does happen. Actually, it happens quite often because a lot of buyers, investors, they'll take over something like a code enforcement lien, something that they know what it is and what's going on, how to rectify it and fix it. So in those cases, it can happen. But to buy a foreclosure, you're going to have a title policy. I've never sold a foreclosure in my career in 20 plus years without having title insurance and a title policy being issued. The worst case scenario is if there's something wrong, the bank has to go back and they have to go through the attorneys again and they have to do a re-foreclosure. That does happen. It doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. That's worst case scenario. And if that does happen, if you're the buyer, generally they're either going to just let you cancel the contract and move on, or some of them will allow you to stay under contract if you want to and wait it out. It happens, but that's probably the worst case scenario. Generally, it's things they fix in either a couple of days, a couple of weeks. I mean, it's nothing major, but there are things that come up. Point is, as a buyer, when you're buying a bank-owned foreclosure, don't worry about it. You're going to get a title policy. Without that, you won't be closing. And generally, your closing might be delayed or postponed, like one I have right now, because of the same issue. The title company's lien search they want to get back is not in yet. They have to postpone closing because they're waiting on that lien search to come back and make sure there's nothing on it before they can get the clear from the plant to issue the title policy. So, hope this video helped explain a little bit more. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you need anything, my number's down below. Hit me up. Thanks.